We nearly had a mid-air with 2 buzzards.
Jesus!
And then nicely over and into the field. We could put full flap on.
It is the very next day. I'm back at Kemble Flying Club because I want to get checked out on a high wing aircraft. So I'm going to fly the Skyranger, which is the plane I did all my lessons in. So if I get checked out on that, it means I can fly the C-42 as well, which is cool. However, I have had to cancel my haircut. So it's good to get your priorities right, isn't it?
You flew yesterday. We talked through some of the return to flying advice from CAA, Gasco and so on, and you know, and you did very well in the Eurostar yesterday. So I think just for belt and braces, we'll depart the circuit, we'll climb to altitude. This has got a very good climb rate, say 2,000 feet AGL. I'll do a Hazel check, and we'll just do a couple of stalls. You know, we're doing an approach glide, full flap. You know, basically land the aeroplane and then, you know, effectively as it stalls, do a recovery, see if you can recover with 0 height loss, you know, and control the trim and all that awkward stuff in the recovery, the sort of go around.
Yeah.
Do one in the turn, make sure you're not using the aileron in the turn, and back, you know, maybe have a look at an impromptu fan stop. Somewhere when you're not expecting it.
Great, good.
On our return back to the airfield, and then just do your probably three circuits, you know, a couple of different approaches. So feisty little animal this, if you remember, needed a little bit more rudder, and
yep.
Keep her straight on the ground, and
yep, good.
And in the air, okay.
Okay, so I'll say lined up. Golf Lima Sierra is lined up.
Golf Lima Sierra, runway 08 grass, take off at your discretion, the surface wind 090 degrees, 3 knots.
Taking off Golf Lima Sierra.
Charlie Alpha, report time.
RPM max, acceleration feels good, airspeed's active, there we go. There's 200 feet, flaps away, and we'll make a bit of a turn, climbing turn to the right. All good left, nothing joining. Loop full of right rudder. Golf Lima Sierra is departing the circuit to the south and staying on frequency.
Golf Lima Sierra, the call pressure 1030, basic service.
1030, basic service, Golf Lima Sierra.
Straight into a Hazel check, that'll be fine.
Great, okay, so height certainly sufficient. We've just been speaking about that. 180 round to the left. Okay, would you like me to stall in what configuration?
Well, I think I'd be very...
Straight full flap.
I think we'll go into a glide and onto full flap. As if you're on an approach.
Yep, let's do that then. So there's the glide. We're in the white arc, which is large on this aircraft. There's first stage of flap. Retrim. Second stage of flap. Retrim, I'm happy there. Right, so let's round out. Remove the flap. Back to one.
That's pretty good. Let's just do it again and get back into the glide. We've got a height back, so
yep.
Let's just go do it again, and let's bring it into the stall a lot more slowly.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, that's it.
Okay, into the flaps.
In 2,000 feet.
Full flap.
So in reality, if you're coming into land, you wouldn't haul the stick back, would you?
No, you wouldn't.
So just tease it ever so slowly, as if you're almost just trying to hold off.
Yep.
and then you're near the ground and just holding off and then see what happens. Well done. So although you'd have a little help from ground effect, that's much more the reality of what would happen. And you didn't lose any height at all.
Yeah.
You caught it, and apparently, according to the instruments, didn't lose anything.
Great.
Great stuff. All right, let's just try one in a turn then. And
okay, well I'll make a right turn then if you're
okay.
Traffic was coming towards us, but it's okay. Cool. Well, we've got sufficient height. We're going to be making a turn to the right. We'll be clear of the cloud. Let's come into a glide. With flaps on?
Yeah, well, let's do one stage of flap, shall we?
One stage of flap. Okay, so in the turn.
Shut that power off.
Yeah.
It is off,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's very
well done.
Gentle.
Good. So where would you go if you had an engine failure now?
I would, well, probably into Kemble at this height.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the wind's from the north.
Yep.
So let's have an engine failure.
Yep.
And let's head off to the south. We'll ignore Kemble. I'm not going to let you go back there.
Okay.
So you've got some visibility issues to deal with.
Yep.
But you know you're roughly heading downwind, and there seems to be lots of fields in that roughly down there.
Yep.
So just creating a slightly more problematic scenario for you.
Yep, okay.
And just run through your checks.
Going to find that best glide first.
Yeah, okay.
There we go. Right. So trim, I found my best glide. Wind, we know what that's doing. We're now downwind. Airfields, we would have picked there. Other than that, we're going to go. Yeah, just cut that off. Okay, we'll come back to that. So I'm going to come under these clouds, and I think this big brown field looks good.
Yeah. We're actually okay VFR, aren't we? Because the cloud's so low.
Yes.
So clear a cloud aside the surface.
Yep.
Campbell information, Golf,
good.
Mike, Golf,
Change
Charlie,
back to QFE on 1015. That's going to give me some help. So size is good.
Yeah. Treat it like a real emergency, so just go for the best field you can possibly
Golf, Mike,
find.
Golf, Foxtrot, Charlie, Campbell information. Taxi to North Apron via Delta for your check.
I mean, they all. So this big one here looks good. So between the two settlements down there.
I know which one I'd go for. Which one would I go for? It's a real emergency, so the 500 foot rules are relevant.
Yeah, okay.
What's the best field?
This green one down here?
Yeah, it is, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
So just go for that.
Okay. Good, let's just get below this cloud.
Which way are you going in?
I'm going to come in at it this way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Right, hold my speed. Dip below the cloud, that's good. Keeping it in sight.
It's very light, isn't it?
1,000 feet, yeah. Making a turn. Just slow that up a touch. The only problem is the overshoot with the solar panels.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just, we won't go down too low.
Yeah. Or, yeah, no, I'm going to keep that field. Making a turn. It's a nice undershoot.
Charlie via Golf 3, 08 grass, report lined up.
Not going to apply the flaps yet.
Report lined up, Golf Charlie.
Okay, we'll go around there, I think. Yeah. We're just a teensy bit low.
Yeah.
Let's go around because we've got not a very good overshoot.
No, I'm going to overshoot to the left.
That's about a bit more right rudder.
Yeah.
Sit nice and relaxed on the stick. Okay. Alright, let's just turn to the left for me. In fact, if you just have an engine failure now,
Yep.
and let me have control.
Yep, you've got control.
So I think what a lot of people seem to be doing these days, I'm not quite sure where it comes from, is getting a little bit too far away from the field.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just going to take a look at that field down there, just outside the Highgrove area.
Yep, sure.
The wind is northwesterly, isn't it?
Yes.
So around about best glide.
And we're very light.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fly this curve much more. So there we are, it's all looking nice. Angle down to the field is good. Side slope surface all good. No other low flying helicopters or anything.
Yep.
We're in the white arc. Can you put one stage of flap on for me?
One stage of flap.
Yeah. So there's nobody down here of these buildings. We're okay on the 500-foot rule. So what I'm trying to do is just come round on the, fly this corner, so I can come round onto the field and just change things. No animals around.
Yep.
Whoops. Probably flying a little bit slow myself actually. Come round to the lowest point of the field. That's interesting. Probably put the flap on a little bit early, didn't I?
Yeah, potentially.
So a little bit of speed, and then nicely over and into the field. We could put full flap on. Okay, we'll go around.
Yep.
Don't. Cows are not moving down here.
Yep. Yep, they're not bothered. Okay, so keep it closer.
Yeah, so you have control. So
I have control. Points away.
yeah, so by keeping it a bit closer, I was just able to fly the angle, wasn't I, all the way around?
Yes.
Whereas you got yourself onto an approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's much more difficult to judge height like that.
It is.
All right, we'll go back to the airfield now then.
Yep, sure.
In fact, we'll give them a shout. You can probably go back and you can probably join downwind from here actually.
Chemical information, Golf Romeo Lima Sierra is south of the ATZ, just about to enter and request rejoin.
Golf Lima Sierra, Roger, still 08 right hand in Kemp KFC 1016. And just confirm you're joining overhead.
1016, request traffic information for potential downwind join.
Golf Lima Sierra, we currently have one descending on the dead side. Join the circuit. Just confirm, are you overhead now?
Just entering the ATZ from the south. Just entering the ATZ from the south, so request a downwind join for runway 08. Golf Lima Sierra.
Just downwind.
What's that, Golf Lima Sierra? Okay, that was a busy few moments. Gosh.
We nearly had a mid-air with two buzzards.
Jesus.
They usually do get out of the way. Interesting little discipline. Shows you the importance of discipline. When we left the airfield, I should have really written what the surface wind was down on my pad.
Okay.
Because in fact, I landed that when I did that field emergency. I chose. In fact, we both chose fields that were northwesterly.
Chemical information, Bob Kilo Foxtrot Charlie Alpha, inbound from the south for rejoin.
In fact, it's
Bob Kilo Foxtrot Charlie Alpha, we're active 08 right hand, Kemp KFC 1016, report overhead.
Right, let's control that speed.
08 right hand, KFC 1016, we'll clear Golf Charlie Alpha.
Full flat. Golf Lima Sierra's final touch and go 08 grass.
Sierra, runway 08 grass, touch and go your discretion, the surface in 090 degrees 2 knots.
Touch and go, Golf Lima Sierra.
Just reduce your power a bit and let the speed decay a little and bring it in.
Yep.
Golf Hotel
For a
Bravo,
short
runway
field
08.
almost.
Okay.
Hard, land at your discretion, the surface in 090 degrees 2 knots.
Golf Hotel Bravo.
Golf Charlie, west to beam, Swindon, change the frequency to French Common 119.305. Thanks for your help.
Golf Foxtrot Charlie, thanks for the visit, free call en route, bye-bye.
Okay, very good. Take your time with the retrim. Reset, I think trim's probably alright.
Yeah.
Okay, where you go.
Okay.
Hold your line.
Golf Hotel Bravo, welcome to Kemble, vacate next left on Bravo.
Yeah.
That's good.
Flaps away, sorry, bit late.
Yeah, a bit late with the flaps.
Yeah.
Golf India is downwind, touch and go.
Golf India, report fine.
Report final, Golf India.
Okay, so let's have an engine failure now then.
Okay.
So that's a bit of a bugger, isn't it?
That is a bit of a bugger at this stage. Okay, I mean, I'd be probably turning back, I think.
Well, Hotel Bravo, continue straight ahead.
Probably you've got other traffic, haven't you?
Left-hand side behind the red and white.
Or this lovely field down here.
Yeah, it'll do, won't it?
Shall I let them know?
Yeah, they'll be doing a fan stop, yeah, when you get a chance.
Golf Hotel Bravo, change of plan actually. Immediate right turn onto Delta, and then if you turn right onto the grass and park by the tower.
What's that field out there like?
Yes, the grassy one.
Yeah.
That way.
It's got a huge length.
Yep.
So it'll be landing with a tiny tailwind.
Yep. Golf Lima Sierra, fan stop.
Lima Sierra, report climbing away.
Wilco, Golf Lima Sierra. This one.
Yeah, that's it. Get your flapping because we've got that tiny bit of tailwind.
Yep.
There's wires at the end, but that's all right.
Yep.
That's a good field.
Golf Hotel Bravo, immediate right
Fine,
turn onto the grass
okay.
there and anywhere on the left.
Well done, nice side slip, very good. We got full flap?
Yep.
Good, beautiful. And we'll go around, car approaching. Good.
Back to one stage.
Golf India 8
Two
hard,
stage.
Golf India 08 hard, touch and go your discretion, surface and calm.
Golf Lima Sierra is climbing away.
Golf Lima Sierra, thanks, report final.
Wilco, Golf Lima Sierra.
I was just looking at our shadow on the ground,
Yep.
making sure there are no other shadows around us.
Okay.
So this time let's try a short field
Golf Charlie Alpha, overhead, standing dead side.
in
Charlie Alpha,
falling,
thanks, got 2 in, report crosswind.
in falling light. So you know you're coming into a
Report
runway,
crosswind,
Yeah.
Golf Charlie Alpha.
you know you're clear of obstructions,
Yep.
so you're going to get low and slow, and you need to come in very shallow because
Yep.
of the falling light.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Almost fly it down the runway a bit.
yeah, just so the
Finals
runway
clear.
just comes up to meet you.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Final's clear.
good.
And is this one to land?
Yeah. What have we done? Oh, you don't need to do 3, do you? Because you've done.
No, I've done my
did your
3. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do this to land. That's fine, Ben.
Great,
Yeah,
okay.
that's great.
Golf Lima Sierra is final to land 08 grass.
Golf Lima Sierra, runway 08 grass, land at your discretion, the surface and calm.
Landing, Golf Lima Sierra. Okay, so full flap is in.
Yeah.
Let's just control that speed. Get that down towards 65. It's sinking air there.
So I'd let it come down a bit more at this stage because
Okay.
you're still doing 500 feet a minute.
Yeah.
So what you've got to do is then increase the
Golf
power
Charlie Alpha, crosswind.
as you get low to
Yep.
reduce the
Golf Charlie Alpha,
The
roger,
rate
there's
of
one just
descent.
currently crosswind to
Yeah.
your left,
That's it.
used to remain,
Yeah.
report downwind.
down to about 300 feet a minute now. That's fine.
Copy traffic, report downwind, Golf Charlie Alpha. Confirmation, Golf Echo,
Let's start
Lima,
off.
uniform, Echo,
Bit.
Yeah.
bring miles to the
That's all right.
northeast of field, request full information and request a cross-home rejoin.
Well, there we go, about 90 minutes of flying over 2 days in 2 different aircraft. Absolutely loved it. I hope you've enjoyed the video. What have I learned? Well, skill fade is absolutely a thing, definitely a thing. I felt quite rusty, certainly on the engine failures. So overall, what I have to recommend to you is go get a flight with an instructor. Even if you've been up since April the 12th, whenever this video is released, then it's totally worth getting some time in before you next fly on a solo mission somewhere or whatever it is. Get some time in with an instructor, because I learned so much over the last couple of days and was reminded of so many different things that I just think it's absolutely crucial. So go do that. Absolutely book an instructor, because there are a lot of things like, if I'd have, for example, that first engine failure I had in the Eurostar, if I was on my own and I genuinely had that engine failure, I wouldn't have made the field. Whereas today, 2 sessions on, I feel like I would have at the end of the session. So yeah, really good. Definitely go do that. Thank you so much for watching. Click subscribe and don't forget to comment as well.